Hey Double O's, Blake over at Bond Life Chicago with another Double O fight breakdown. Now this one is pretty awesome for me. It is the Diamonds Are Forever, Bambi and Thumper versus Bond at the end fight scene. And it's special to me because obviously one of my previous Double O fight breakdowns, I had a one-on-one conversation with Trina Parks, who obviously plays Thumper in this fight scene. And it was an awesome interview. She gave me a pretty good behind-the-scenes insight into the making of the scene. And if you haven't checked it out, it's a pretty awesome watch. It's only about 30 minutes or so. Pretty cool. So make sure you check that one out after you check out this fight breakdown as well. So we're going to get into it now. There's a little bit of karate mixed in with some gymnastics and then just some regular generalized striking. Now, again, not getting too much into the interview itself, but Trina Parks actually had some karate background as well as dancing background as well. I'm not sure about the actress who played Bambi, but pretty fun fight scene overall, and there is some actual technical fighting, which is pretty big for the early on Sean Connery era Bond films. We get into it. Bond is trying to find Willard White, of course, and he comes across Bambi and Thumper, and they're just kind of relaxed in there, lounging, waiting for something to happen. Maybe they're kind of like the last line of defense, more or less. And Bond's asking where Willard White is, and Thumper's like, just right over there. And Bond's like, oh, simple as that, huh? Not quite. Thumper lets him know, we're going to have a ball with you first. Basically you're going to play with our food. We're going to beat you up a little bit. And before Bond knows it or anything, Thumper knees him in the midsection, kind of keels him over, and then runs off to the side. Bambi's next. Bambi comes over, does a couple back handsprings. Sorry if I don't know all the terms for the gymnastics, but I believe these are back handsprings. She does a couple back handsprings and then kind of turns it into, she turns and jumps from the side and does a jumping side kick to Bond's chest, knocks him over. After that side kick to Bond's chest, Thumper runs over and kind of picks Bond up and throws him back towards Bambi, and Bambi grabs Bond's arm and basically does an arm toss or an arm throw to Bond, kind of throwing him into the middle of the room again. From there, Thumper does several, and again, I apologize if I don't know all the gymnastics terms, does several forward, I want to call them like cartwheels, but like forward handsprings or forward cartwheels around to the other side of the room, ultimately distracting Bond. As Bond kind of turns to address her, he turns back again and realizes that now Bambi's running at him, and she kind of dives at him. But as she dives at him, Bond's able to duck from that, and she grabs onto a railing that's in the middle of the room, and she sits up and kind of perches herself up on that railing. From there, Thumper runs at Bond and kind of tries to do a big front kick, and as she brings her leg up here, obviously a lot higher than myself, I'm not that flexible, Bond's able to duck from that, and the kick kind of slides off his back, and he's able to kind of turn and elbow Thumper in the back from there and knock her off to the side. But then as he turns again now to address Bambi, who's perched up on that railing, she swings her feet as she's sitting up on a railing here like this. She basically swings both feet up and kicks Bond in the face, knocking him back down again. Thumper runs over and grabs Bond off the ground again, throws him towards Bambi, and Bambi's able to trap Bond's head in between her thighs, kind of just, basically, she's still sitting on the railing, but now she's squeezing Bond's head and kind of controlling him and holding him there for Thumper to come attack him. Thumper runs up again and throws a kick to Bond's chest area. After that kick, she falls into like a splits. And this is another cool part about that interview, because the next part here, Trina Parks was able to kind of ad-lib and create herself. And so as she's moving, I want to describe it like a primal, like animalistic type way, basically treating Bond as her prey, and she's stalking her prey. She comes up, and then she runs and jumps and does another jump kick to Bond's chest, this time kind of knocking Bond away from even Bambi's legs. And Bambi gets down from the railing from there. Now they're both kind of stalking Bond. They're walking up, kind of stalking him, waiting what they're going to do. What's he going to do? And they both, at the same time, simultaneously, I guess that's the same word twice, run up, do another jump side kick to Bond's chest, knocking him down, getting him closer towards the window. Then they pick him up together. They throw him out the window through the balcony rather, and into the pool. Without hesitation, both girls jump down into the pool, and they're kind of trying to dunk Bond, holding him underwater, trying to make sure, trying to finish him more or less. Ultimately, Bond's able to reach his hands up out of the water, overpower both the women, and dunk both of the women, and he's holding them underwater as Felix Leiter and backup finally arrive. I think that Bond's just kind of playing around, doing his thing with two women in the pool, of course. That's the end of the fight, though, and obviously Willard White is saved. Hope you guys like this breakdown. Not a lot in it. Obviously, it's a little bit of shorter fight, but I did like it. It's still fun. It's a fun fight, and there is some technical fighting alongside it. Again, hope you guys like this one. As always, if you're serious about martial arts and self-defense, find a local gym in your area. It's a great way to stay safe. It's a great way to stay fit, and it's a great way to bring a little bit of Bond in your everyday life. If you guys have ideas for the next one or have any questions, as always, please feel free to reach out to me. See you guys soon.